Good evening. Let's continue our interview series. And it's a generic interview question. How do you stay organized? A disorganized worker doesn't just struggle in their own role, they can also create chaos for peers, managers, direct reports, clients, customers, and anyone else they interact with. So, interviewers will often ask about how you keep yourself organized to make sure you would be able to handle the workload and gauge what would we like to work with. In your answer, you will want to reassure them you would have things under control, both in what you see and how you say it. Describe a specific system or method you have used. Bonus points if you can tie it to the role you are interviewing for and explain how it benefited you and your team. Just make sure your answer is also well organized. Why interviewers ask how you stay organized? The question is pretty straightforward. Interviewers want to make sure you can get the job done. They want to hear you answer with confidence that you're able to handle a large workload and able to organize yourself with some kind of system. The question gets at your ability to manage your time, set priorities, and meet deadlines, which will help you thrive in any kind of role. Interviewers also want to know whether you will take on too much and get overwhelmed or quickly burn out. Staying organized and managing your time requires self awareness and the ability to judge when you need to reach out for support. And so, how do you stay organized? Reassure your interviewer. Interviewers are looking for reassurance. You can provide it through what you say and even more through how you say it. It's important to answer confidently with a positive attitude and at a normal pace. Showing enthusiasm and eagerness to answer the question and otherwise framing your answer in a positive light can help reassure the interviewer that you would have things under control if they were to hire you. Describe your system and be specific. One of the biggest mistakes people make when answering this question is giving a vague or general response. Interviewers really wanted to know the details. What exactly do you do? Which tools or software do you use? What routine do you follow? Who do you talk to? Whatever it is that works for you, make sure you walk the interviewer through it in enough detail that they can envision the process. Attach it to the underlying why. Covering the how is important, but explaining why can help you showcase other skills and qualities and tie your organization system to impact and results. Your answer should cover how has your system helped you and benefited your team. Make sure your answer also is well organized. You can talk all you want about staying organized, but if your answer comes out as an incoherent jumble, it won't inspire the kind of confidence you're going for. In order to stay organized in any job, you need to be able to organize your thinking first, and you can demonstrate this ability in how you structure your answer. Mention communication and collaboration. If your goal is to paint a realistic picture of how you would operate in your job, you have to take into account your context and surroundings. Most people's jobs are not in silos, they are working with others. You can organize your task unless you have communicated well with others to understand what their needs and expectations are. So it's important to acknowledge where communication fits into your organization system and strategies. Interviewers want to know that you have thought about organization and time management strategies and that you have a system in place that works for you. However, they might also want to see if you're flexible enough to adapt to new team and to unforeseen circumstances. So it is important not to be too rigid. Consider the role you are interviewing for. As with any interview question, you will want to take the specifics of the role into consideration. If you are interviewing for a management position where you would be leading a small team, for example, you might want to address how you break down the larger projects into smaller components, delegate tasks, and communicate with your direct reports as well as the company leaders throughout the process, rather than speaking only about how you track your own work. If you are hoping to step into a sales role and the job description mentioned a certain customer relationship management program, you have used before. You can weave that into an answer to help the interviewer see how you would hit the ground running. Or if you are a software engineer or product manager, you might talk about how you have stayed organized and met deadlines while using specific agile methodologies mentioned in the job posting. I believe you will frame your answer well for this to impress the interviewer and crack the interview. Thank you very much for your time. All the best.